What's going on, YouTube? And today is Monday morning, and we're ready for the open of the market. I'm gonna pre-break, some stocks, and kind of see what the plan is overall for the week. Um, I mean, the features are opening up, green, so that's a good thing. That means, they got the good news, obviously, that Trump, he's not gonna die or whatever. So that's a good thing for the market for sure. So right now, let's start breaking down some stocks, okay? Let's start with my favorite one. We got Apple right here. See, Apple is doing exactly what I've been thinking is gonna do. Just it's doing right. It's doing right for me right now. So let's just start from the basics. So, and if you watch my previous videos, we broke down this downtrend, and I knew if it, we still had a double bottom here, we're gonna start climbing up to like 118. And if you go back and you'll see that I said in between this right here is we'll have resistance, and we'll see from there what the pattern looks like. Well, the pattern is looking really nice right now. We have like lower lows, higher highs, and it's on an uptrend, right? So with that being said, this is the left shoulder, the head, and now we're building our right shoulder, and our right shoulder is looking pretty strong. We have a lower, it's like a head and it's like a inverted head and shoulders on a head and shoulders pattern that we got going on right now. See, left shoulder, the head, and now we're building the right shoulder. Now this, it looks like from that perspective like, oh well, it's a head and shoulders, it's gonna break, right? Not necessarily, because you on these patterns you got to look at the right shoulder. If you look at the right shoulder, you see how strong if it's gonna make that pattern. As of right now, we're barely starting to see if we're gonna form that shoulder. So once we form the shoulder, it depends on the strength. If the strength is really strong, it's a really strong upwards shoulder, then it's all more than likely gonna break. It's gonna go up to the north. But right now it's looking pretty interesting, because this is my main concern right now. 115. I needed to break that shoulder. Break that resistance right there. Climb up, test this, and make it support, and then we break this next high, and then we can see definitely the next high somewhere around 125, 28, somewhere around this range. You'll start noticing the resistance. But as of right now, the plan is right. It's going solid. It's still moving in the direction we need, and it's starting to want to curl up, trying to make higher highs, move to the north. So this one is still sort of bullish right now. It's looking pretty good. Let's look at the overall market. The overall market, well, look, I got a bunch of lines there where this is too messy right here. So let's just, let's clean it up a little bit. So what do we got going on right here? Okay, so same scenario, but the market is weaker on the weaker side. See how it looks almost identical, like a head and shoulders pattern, but this shoulder is looking, the left shoulder is looking rough. So that means that more than likely, the market could it could keep on grinding like this and then just break out. I'm not saying it can't do that, but I'm saying the shoulder doesn't look as strong. It's still making higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows. But the thing is, it's the first leg up. See, the first leg up doesn't compare to this right here. It didn't even make it to the resistance. So that to me is already worrisome of the whole market overall. So stocks can move individually, but they do follow the market quite a bit. So that will affect a lot of stocks. And now I'm looking at this stock pre-market. This is for day traders today. I'm looking at this one today. It's already gapping up. It's up quite a bit. So there's a lot of movement. So a lot of volume for the very beginning. And if you see, it was at 20.26, and now it's at 52. So that's a 100% move up already. So this one, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it's got a lot of volume. So my next thing to do is start looking at the news, and then from there we're gonna see what the plan is on that one. But day trading for this one's for sure. These are the stocks. This is how I find my stocks. I come in here, I scan in my, do my scan, and I look at the volume, see where the people are at. Once I find the people, and I know where exactly the party's at. So, I mean, it's not hard. It's really simple to find the stocks. And now, another one that I have here is KISS. That one is actually really good for long term. Swing trade. I think this one's good for a swing trade. It's actually looking really good. See how it's it's been pretty consistent here, stuck in this range it's been stuck between 18, okay, from 10 to all the way to 30. It's been stuck between that. I mean, that's a pretty, not a very consistent uptrend, but it's just consolidating. And you could take advantage of these right here because, see, once it climbs into the EMA, it starts grinding. So, let's just say you would have got into the EMA here and you would have, sold somewhere around here. That's a 5. Wait. Whoa, that's a big move. Wow, that's 49%. Wow, that is pretty good. Oh man, actually this one's actually not really this one's actually really good. My opinion. I mean, let's just say let's say you don't buy right there because obviously you don't confirm it. It's already confirming the uptrend. I mean, see how it's got it's above the EMA. So right now, in order for it to be bullish, like really bullish, that I know it's going up to the north, this is my main resistance right there for me. It depends on what's it doing. If it's using the EMA as support better than its resistance, I'm going in because that means this resistance is worthless. I mean, there's nothing there. And then, and it's proven it every time. See, if you just go back here, look, every time it gets to on the EMA, guess what? It starts climbing, man. This one's very consistent stock. So I wouldn't be shocked if, I would just jump in at this particular moment because I was already confirmed it a few times. See, 1, 2, but I'll still wait for maybe another 2 times, maybe, and then I'll jump in it. But every time it just starts grinding. It's just. Yes, this one is got a great potential. I mean, let's just say you get in somewhere around here, right? You sell somewhere around there. You don't want to, that's 16%. That's still a lot. That's a lot. That's even if you're just going for 10%. That's still a lot. That's a lot of percent. So let's see. CRK is another one, but this one's not ready yet. This one's still on the downtrend. I mean, this is to me looks like a fake out. I mean. It's just a dead cow bounce at this point, but I don't, I wouldn't jump in it yet. But if you do, let's just say, this is, let's see, if you get somewhere around there, you sell somewhere, let's just say somewhere around here, that's 45%, man, that's crazy. You can really make some money out of a stock like this because, I mean, you just got to wait until it starts confirming. Once it gets confirmed that it's above the EMA, you just gotta wait and just ride the wave. It may take a few days, a few weeks, I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, from that point to this point, that's 50%. That's a lot of money for us. I mean, usually, for somebody that has a small account, this is perfect, man. I mean, the downside, you also gotta look at the downside because everything can happen. So this is a very strong support right there. Somewhere around 4, very strong support. It has not, $4 is an extreme support for me. It would take a lot to break this right here. It's not broken in never actually. So, hey, this is actually a very good one. And the last one I got is AMD. AMD's, actually the AMD is the one that I had. If you go back to my previous videos, you will see that AMD was one of the ones that I was kind of like a little skeptical because it was more like, I don't know. I was like, it's making lower lows, higher lows. And I was like, but the only way it could go bullish, and I did say it like this, I said, because it was at this point right here, I said, well, if it breaks this and starts using it as support, and this is a prime example of what I'm talking about right here. Look, broke it, came down, hold the support, the EMA, kept climbing, and then it touched it one more time, And this is how you know it's super bullish, because as soon as it touched that, see how I waited a few, 4 or 5 or 6, I mean, it was like 4 candles, that would have been like half a day or whatever. And as soon as it touched it again, it went skyrocket, and it's just been grinding ever since. So that's good. That would have been about 5%, 7%. Would have been a solid move. And now let's see, how will you play it off right here? Well, okay, now what it's doing is it's more like a cup and handle pattern. So I mean, this to me, it looks like it's pretty obvious. I mean, we're on a cup and handle right now. So I mean, right now it's trying to form the handle. It depends on how the handle looks. I mean, I've seen handles where they're very small handles, and it just makes it. Those are really bullish, but sometimes like when it's like very bearish, it'll be like a very bad handle, and it won't form. It'll break. But if it's a very solid, I mean, very solid handle here, it could just consolidate and then just bam. I mean, then you'll see, that top 94 like it's nothing. So pretty much, I mean, there's a lot of hype still. So let's just see what happens. I mean, as of right now, what I need this to do is get above the EMA, and which it is today. It's gapped up, which is probably gonna close it, but it might do a double bottom and then climb up. Now, if it does a double bottom climb up, and then we'll see, what's going on. I need to see how long it holds the EMA, and if it holds the EMA pretty solid, yeah, of course, I jump in for the long side. Potential of gain for 12%, which is pretty solid. So with that being said, we're gonna keep it like that, and that's just basically an update today of what's going on in the market and what my thoughts were on the market. And just don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below. And if you have any questions, hey, feel free to ask down there. And so right now, I got about 2 more hours for the market to open, and man, I'm ready. So I'll holla.